And now, the Elite News Weekly.
All right. I'm going to admit right off the bat that was fucked. Here's the deal. The sound guy who does the clips for the different shows, for the different things, like he did one for like Elite News Weekly and like Star Citizen News Weekly and No Man's Sky News Weekly. He submitted this as the one, and I was like, all right, we could do it this week only as a joke. One time. But after that, I said, I need you to give me a real one for Elite that doesn't sound like a fucking funeral. And he was like, all right. But he's like, you'll use it this once? I said, I promise I will use it this once only. But after that, we're going to be more respectful to Elite, and we're going to have a proper Elite intro song. So, yeah, that was, It was funny. I hope you enjoyed it. The people that got butthurt, it will be the last time you hear it. So
it felt real to me.
All right. So that takes us to the Dark Wheel update. Man, I've had a few drinks. Dark Wheel update. We are pending expansion, and we're prepped for another one the second that lands. There's not much to say other than we're continuing to expand and succeed, despite the fact that Frontier seems to have absolutely no interest in engaging in the storyline. Maybe they will someday. When they do, maybe they'll look at this project and see, wow, look at the number of people that have been doing things for a year and a half plus, and maybe they'll get involved. Next up, Down Earth Astronomy's community has a carrier trip coming up. It's being hosted by DUNKLEAURA, who is in the chat right now. Roy is posting it in the Twitch. I will post it in the other thing that's called YouTube. It is a thing that is not happening really until next Saturday, a week from tomorrow. But the reason why we're posting it is that it happens a couple hours after next week's show ends, and you kind of want to be prepared and you want to be there and be sort of ready for it. So yeah, go there at some point in the next week, park there, while you're listening to the show, maybe next week, park there and be ready, because at 8 a.m. GMT next Saturday, there's a trip going from the Bubble to the Bubble Nebula, which is going to be a beautiful sightseeing tour. You know what? I'm going to come clean. I haven't been playing a lot of Elite lately. I may take a ship and park over there and take a trip. Why don't anyone in the crew who has no intention of playing Elite Dangerous for the next week or so, why don't we all meet up at the carrier? The link is in the show notes for the Discord channel that has all of the details. Why don't we go out to the Bubble Nebula and take some cool pictures and some cool videos? I think it would be really, really fun. I want to salute people like the Down to Earth Astronomy community with DUNKLEAURA and other people that we're going to talk about that are still doing stuff in Elite, man. I salute the fuck out of you. That is good. You are good people and keeping that community alive, and Frontier does not deserve you, but it's just great that you're awesome. Next up, STEALTHBOY put out a video, Stealth Engineer's Guide to Elite Dangerous Odyssey. He put it out on July 18th. At the end of the video, he calls out us. He calls out the Black Sky Legion. He's like, hey man, there's this channel, Elite Week. They're super cool, and they keep shouting out my stuff for people, and they've rebranded, and now they're Black Sky Legion. Go check them out. Thank you so much. I kind of feel like I want to I think I might just dip in $40 and gift the guy. I don't know if he's on console or on PC, but I'm going to hope that he's on PC. I might just gift the guy Star Citizen, because I feel like he's the one kid at the, school field trip that got left behind, and now he's stuck at the place that it's like, oh look, it's a 3rd grade trip, and it's like, we're going to the cement factory, and now he's stuck locked in the building at the cement factory after hours. It's like,
school did you go to?
It's like, come on.
Jesus, God.
Only in New Jersey.
I feel
that
like
explains a lot.
I feel like come to where we are. It's fun, and it's not a locked building, and I feel like he's just stuck there. I feel bad for him. Legitimately, StealthBoy. If you are a person that still likes Elite, StealthBoy's content is top notch. It's like really good and only gotten better. He's got graphics and sound effects, and like he is on his game. Check that stuff out, because if you are an Odyssey player that is saying like, I want good Odyssey content, he's one of the few that's still putting it out, and he's putting it out well. Friend of the show, Hawks Gaming, put out Viva La Looting League and EDO, The Looters. This was a spoof video that was sort of dunking on Elite. But let me tell you something. It had a line in there that hit me in the gut. And that line was, at one point, I don't know, they're doing really bad fake British accents, or maybe, I think they were trying to do whatever it is they're doing there. At one point, the one guy looks to the other and he says the line. He legit says the line, like, what are we? And he's like, we're commanders. And he's like, what do we do? And the guy goes, we log in and out to minimize the inevitable grind that is life. And oof, that hit me so hard. I was like, that is deep as fuck. That is deeper than Elite Dangerous Odyssey as a product. That is that deep. That is like a oof moment. But it's a funny little video. Elite refugees will laugh their ass off. Elite still trying to play it commanders will probably go, fair enough. The BUUR Pit put out today, Witch Space News, Far God Cult CG, and Slow News Week from FDEV. Legitimately, the BUUR is like their sort of last soldier that was hanging in there. And last week, his Witch Space News was kind of calling out Frontier a decent bit. And this week's Witch Space News was, the Far God Cult is a thing in the story that we've had for a long time, and they've got a CG now. And there's nothing else to say because Frontier isn't putting out news. Oof. The AXI announced that Commander MGRAMM is taking over as their leader. The founder, Gluttony FANG, has retired from the game of Elite for good and said openly, hey man, if you want to find me, I'm in Star Citizen. Come have fun. And just a little sneak peek, he's not the only one from the AXI that's playing a fuckload of Elite or Star Citizen lately. He's just the only one that made a public statement about it lately. Like, you can find a decent amount of AXI players over in Star Citizen, but you know, that's on them to tell you if and when they feel like it. I'm not outing anybody. Yeah, let's let that go. The Hull Seals made a startling announcement today. They are, quote, in danger of needing to suspend activities for consoles, especially the PlayStation community, right now. The announcement goes on to give several indicators that even the Elite PC community is also stagnating, while not directly making any statements of them shutting that down yet. I want to give a shout out to Commander GRAYBEARD for passing along this troubling sort of breaking news earlier today. In that post, they say flat out, hey, the PC, the Steam numbers are lower than they have ever been in the entire time that the Hull Seals have been a thing. And if we don't have some recruitment and some whatever to replenish leaving numbers, we cannot sort of continue to guarantee coverage, period. But most especially for the consoles. And of those, most especially for the PlayStation. But if you read between the lines, if you're saying we can't guarantee coverage, period, but more especially for the consoles, that means that you can't technically even say that you can guarantee it for the PC. It's just it's an oof. It's a major oof. And lastly, I'm going to cheat and put this in the Elite Dangerous News because it's both, and I needed something that was Elite Dangerous News. Dig That 32 content creator for first Elite Dangerous, and then he moved on to Star Citizen a couple years back. He put out the sexiest space legs, Elite Dangerous versus Star Citizen. It wasn't actually negative on any kind. So people who are Elite Dangerous community people or people that are Star Citizen community people, he literally just shows like hand tools, both sides. Landing, both sides. Getting out of your ship, both sides. Getting onto your ship, both sides. Getting into vehicles, both sides. How many ground vehicles there are, both sides. Types of costumes, both sides. He shows it without commentary. He just shows a video of what there is. So you decide for yourself what's preferable to you for each one.